It's a misty morning up on Mount Lemmon. It's August. The creeks are all flowing. We've had a lot of rain lately, and the mushrooms are out. This is Boletus barosii, the white king bolete, a delicious edible mushroom. I got into mushrooms about 15 years ago after seeing this book, All That the Rain Promises and More, written by this guy, David Aurora. Here he is mushroom hunting in an outfit made out of tree bark. I'd never seen a book quite like this. It was a highly regarded field guide, but it also had sections on dyeing your dog with pigments derived from mushrooms and haiku poetry. It was as much a portrait of the mushroom hunting community as it was a portrait of the mushrooms.
Well, and like soups and stews.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah,
so
David Aurora let me tag along on a foray with him several years ago, and I got to make a film about him in the book.
this is on page 150. This one's called The Hideous Gumpidious. If you dig it up, at the base it's going to be bright yellow. See that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that bright yellow base, the gills start
At the end of the day, he cooked up some porcini mushrooms we had found over the fire, Boletus edulis, very similar to the Boletus species I had just found on Mount Lemmon. This wasn't the first film I'd made about mushrooms, including this video you're watching right now. I've made 9 videos about mushrooms and mycology, the study of fungi. Initially, I was attracted to their forms and colors. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing in these books existed, and I could go find these things out on a hike. This is wood ear. It's a popular ingredient in Chinese cuisine. And this is witch's butter. Apparently it's edible, but completely tasteless. I've never tried it. It seemed really important to me at one point to film mushrooms spinning around. My friend, who's an electrical engineer, built me this portable turntable to take out into the forest. This is an earth star. Earth stars and puffballs, which are similar, don't have gills, and they emit trillions of spores when their fruit bodies burst open in response to impacts like falling raindrops. This footage is from a film called Puffballs and Earth Stars. I had some musician friends create a score for the film. Around this time, I started to meet more mushroom enthusiasts. This is a film I made about Bob Cummings, a mycologist who lives in California. I also started to realize that people interested in mushrooms are very distracted drivers.
Yep. Can't tell what it is. I'm gonna pull over right here. Pop them off the log here. And this is bioluminescent too, if you take it into a dark closet. Sit with it tonight, you should do that. And just watch it. Maybe take a picture of it. You get those gills glowing pretty bright green. Pretty fun to watch. Funniest things you find on the road going home.
Bioluminescence was just one of the many incredible properties of mushrooms. Of course, their psychedelic effects are well known. Gisela Tellis and I made this video about psilocybin mushrooms being used to treat OCD.
I feel like my OCD is like spiraling out of control, and then so week 5, he gives me a pill, and I'm laying there like 15, 20 minutes go by, and like 30 minutes, all of a sudden like my spine just starts tingling. My brain starts tingling. It's like on Star Wars when they hit light speed and like all the lights just start flying by you, and I was like, oh my God.
So this is what normal state of consciousness looks like after someone was given a placebo or a sugar pill. This is what the brain looks like under the acute influence of psilocybin or magic mushrooms.
Mushrooms seem to have come into vogue in the United States in the last 5 or 10 years, but when I got interested in them, they were generally ignored or despised. That's not the case in every country. In Italy, mushrooms have been revered for centuries. It's ironic that when I visited Italy, I was most interested in finding a mushroom called the basket stinkhorn, which emits a terrible smell.
Sono brutti i funghi secchi. Sono belle le alghe e io non me l'aspettavo. Le alghe sono veramente belle, ma i funghi sono brutti.
After visiting other places and seeing how other cultures relate to mushrooms, I got really interested in how Americans relate to mushrooms. This film called Fly Amanita is about an Amanita muscaria mushroom lamenting the deterioration of his species' relationship to humans.
Basically, I'm a reproductive organ. I'm a mushroom, a fungus. I'm part of a bigger organism that is mostly underground. Now we're mostly known through cartoons, children's cartoons like the Smurfs, or video games like Super Mario Brothers. I don't know. It seems perhaps it's deteriorated a little, the relationship.
After 15 years, I'm still interested in mushrooms, but I think the greatest gift they've given me is to introduce me to all the rest of non-human nature. To find and identify mushrooms, you have to be able to identify trees, because lots of mushrooms will only grow with specific kinds of trees. So I got interested in trees and learned about trees, and then I became interested in forests, and the birds that live in forests, and the insects. And then I got interested in ecology and how everything connects to each other, and I feel like mushrooms were my gateway into all that. So thanks, mushrooms, and here's to another 15 years together.